MTG Scoundrels. It's in the cardboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, scoundrels of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Modern Weekly. Today on the docket, we have Boros Energy versus Sephiroth Combo, which of course currently involves Warren Soultrader and Kozilek's Command, and the Warren Soultrader Combo. Two decks that have started to see a little bit of play here in the modern format. We'll be moving right along as both players looking at their sevens. It actually looks like Boros Energy went to 6, as did Sephiroth Combo. Starting off with a turn 1 Guide of Souls, easily one of the best starts for Boros Energy. Oh, Cave of Agadem and passing. No play on turn 1's a little rough. Guide of Souls getting in for 1. That'll bring us to 20 to 19. And then following up with Ocelot Pride, one of the best follow-ups in Modern. And still able to hold up removal here. The cat will come in on the end step thanks to the Ocelot Pride trigger. And we'll be at 22 to 19. Well, there's a swamp, a little late, but there is an Orcish Bowmaster to deal 1 damage to the Ocelot Pride. That'll come with an Orc army here. And on end step, Galvanic Discharge is going to deal with the Orcish Bowmasters. Bowmaster's not great in this matchup, but it does kill Ocelot Pride. And or Ragavan. Ooh, second Guide of Souls. And there is Ragavan. Quite the hand. So much value on these 1-mana cards. Attacking in. Guide of Souls trigger. I'll be attacking him for 3. We're at 25 to 16 just like that, ladies and gents. Boros Energy doing what it does. Overwhelming the board. And Guide of Souls doing the work. All right. Finding the right card. There's the backside of a Bogart Trawler. Don't really want to be taking too much damage here. But here is an Orcish Bowmaster. That's going to deal with the Ragavan. And a Stitcher Supplier. Milling 3 cards. Passing the turn. So the Cave of Agadem going to slowly become more relevant. Oh, well, maybe not. There's a Voice of Victory. Gaining 2 life. Brings us to 27 to 13. Attacking in for 6. That'll bring us to 27 to 7. This is what Boros Energy does. 4th land here. Not a ton of good options. Got 2 flyers on the board. That's soon going to be 3 flyers on the board. Okay, there's an Accursed Marauder. I'll force the opponent to sacrifice a creature. Looks like sacrifice the Guide of Souls, and there's the Stitcher Supplier being sacrificed to mill 3 cards. And there's a Gravecrawler. And passing the turn. Fetching. Finding an Elegant Parlor. Surveil incoming. Reign of Glory going to the bin. Attacking in. So Voice of Victory. Going to be the target of the Guide of Souls trigger. It's also going to come with 2 dudes. Gaining 2 more life. That'll bring us to 28 to 7. Alright, blocking where they can. But that's 2 flyers, and a land hits the battlefield. Top card. And scooping them up. Game 1, going to Boros Energy. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. We appreciate all of you watching, new subscribers and old. Sephiroth Combo here, probably bringing in some better, faster, and more attainable removal. Especially being that Orcish Bowmasters doesn't deal with a ton of creatures here. So you'll see Flare of Malice come in. And not a ton coming in for the Boros Energy player. Though you could see Blood Moon possibly coming in because the Sephiroth combo really wants to be able to cast K-Command as one of its better cards. Also, maybe even High Noons are a possibility. No. Clarion Conqueror for sure, though, if those are in the board. That practically stops the combo dead in its tracks. And then the Conqueror has to be removed. But really the Soultrader deck just needs to figure out a way to deal with the first wave of creatures and then try to combo off fast. Though sometimes that's easier said than done. Moving into our ads, definitely check out our friends over at Arcane Artistry. They make wonderful food, clue, and treasure tokens in the stained glass style. Link to their Etsy is in the description below. They've been featured over on EDH Hijinks, as well as the Spike Feeders. And as always, they provide tokens for our channel too. So definitely give them a look. Awesome tokens made out of acrylic in the stained glass style. And check out our friends over at Grove Warden Games. Grove Warden Games, a wonderful place to storm out. Their link to their storefront is in the description below. And as always, check out our friend Sean Gerard, artist of this channel. They make great art, so definitely if you're looking for anything professional or just as a gift for a friend, their QR code is up on the screen. Their email's in the description. They are open to new projects. So definitely check them out. And last but not least, check out our socials. We are at MTG Scoundrels over on Facebook, Twitter, and Blue Sky, where we interact with most of you guys. And in the comments below, definitely, or even on our socials, let us know what decks you'd like to see in the future and what your favorite decks are. We appreciate the interaction. We try to respond to everybody that posts a comment. So appreciate all of you. We are now moving here slowly to game number 2 of this match between Boros Energy and Sephiroth Combo here in the Modern format. And honestly, Modern is in a wonderful place right now. So if you can't get to your local game store, play some Modern. Have your friends come out and play Modern as well. I know At times, the modern format in general reaches out and bites us all in terms of a banning or Wizards of the Coast doing something to it. But overall, the gameplay right now is pretty fantastic. So we are getting started here. Ooh, starting off, is this bolting themselves immediately here for the Sephiroth combo? Yes, it is. That's a rough way to start. There is a Stitcher Supplier. That'll mill 3 on entering and when it dies. Plains Guide of Souls. You can almost call it a tale as old as time at this point. Phyrexian Tower into a Marionette Apprentice. That'll come with a servo. Passing from there. Sometimes Boros Energy just goes again with Guide of Souls into Ocelot Pride. There's not a ton you can do about it. Here's a Sacred Foundry. That'll bring us to 1917. After gaining the initial life off the Ocelot Pride coming in. And there's a Galvanic Discharge that'll deal with a Marionette Apprentice. Just like the first game, Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride, Galvanic Discharge. And here's the cat coming in on end step. And we're at 20 to 17 once again. Here's an Eldrazi Temple. Which is one of the main ways to be able to cast Kozilek's command in this deck. Ooh, Flage and Voice of Victory in hand. Double Voice of Victory in hand. Here's Stitcher Supplier. That'll mill 3. Sacking the Stitcher Supplier to the Phyrexian Tower. And I'll mill 3 more. And here's a Sephiroth. That'll sack the servo token, drain for 1, bringing us to 1918, and drawing a card. And passing from here. Windswept Teeth going to get cracked. Finding a Sacred Foundry. There is a Flage. That's probably going to target the Sephiroth here. Yes, indeed. So 4 life gained. And Sephiroth is going to die. So Sephiroth is down. Guide of Souls going to get in here. That'll bring us to 20 to 15. Ocelot Pride trigger. That'll bring us to 21 to 15. A little bit late on the Cave of Agadim. Man, double Voice of Victory in hand. Here's a Warren Soultrader. Arid Mesa played. 2 mana, Voice of Victory. That's going to gain a life. Bringing us to 22 to 15. So I'll turn off the Flare of Malice on the opponent's turn. Here's an attack in for 6. With the Ocelot Pride and the Guide of Souls triggering and targeting the Ocelot Pride. We're at 25 to 9. And making 2 more tokens. Brings us to 27 to 9. So at this point, this seems almost insurmountable. But this is what Boros Energy does. This is one of the main reasons this deck is still 14% in the format. Oh, another tapped Cave of Academe here. But they overwhelm the board so well. Oh no, Toxic Deluge going to the bin. Oh, that's unfortunate. 3 mana for another blocker in Warren Soultrader. And attacking in with everything. With the 2 more tokens coming in off the voice. And making the voice fly. Like that, that'll do it. Game, set, match. Going to Boros Energy. Boros Energy really showing why it is so powerful in this format. Overwhelming the opponent with a massive board state. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTGScoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. And we will see you all next week.